Many. Tell us more about
So this is a project that's been uh, my kind of personal part of my personal development for quite a few years now, Jens. So I mentioned earlier on that my son was dyslexic, and when he was younger, when he was first getting diagnosed at a relatively young age, albeit he was at school. Obviously, I don't have the equipment and tools or experience to be able to help him physically with that, with the dyslexia, and we got him help for that. But what I wanted to do was to try and help get over that kind of anxiety that comes with it, in the sense of, approaching reading as a whole. And we're not even really talking about having to stand up and read in class, because that goes away quite quickly. But it's overcoming the anxiety of reading books, not necessarily just for studying, but for pleasure as well. So one of the things that we just started doing was to think, how can we solve this problem and have fun at the same time. So we came up with some story ideas. He was very involved. We came up with characters that were based on family members, and it developed from there. So fast forward a few years later, because the last thing I really wanted to do, it was the hardest thing I ever thought, um, or it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do, um, in terms of actually writing a book for full stop. But for kids, it's even harder. So we turned those initial stories, we matured them, we put the story arcs together, and really created something that we thought would be entertaining and educational for kids in equal measure. And so Jenny is really the epitome, and it's all of the good things from our childhood. It's all of the kind of good bits from different characters that we all grew up um, loving, whether it be from TV programs or books or cartoons. And there's a bit of Jenny in all of us. And so it's about um, friendships. It's about peer relationships. It's about teamwork. It's all of that type of stuff. But it's about encouraging kids to go and do stuff and try stuff. And so what we ended up doing was turning those initial kind of ideas into, at the moment, we have one live audio book recorded by or narrated by Gemma Whelan, who's Yara Greyjoy from Game of Thrones. She's been in The Crown. She's been in various UK TV series. Um, 23,000 words, just over 2 hours story, really to unfold the characters. We're giving a bunch of stories away in the next couple of months, really to help and to provide some value to our audience, and to get kids into the joy of storytelling and consuming stories, and being inspired by the soft learning objectives that we build into those stories. But it also, in equal measure, is aimed at parents. It's about trying to reframe what success is.